And just like that, we back with part two. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters. We are back with part two. Let us play this thing before YouTube come after us. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
DeKalb police say Devontae Daughtry left his two sons in a car with a loaded gun. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us live from the scene on Rock Chapel Road in Lithonia. Deidre, what have you learned so far?
Yeah, Daughtry pulled up to this gas pump. He left his two kids in the car as he walked into the store. Surveillance cameras captured what happened next. Store surveillance cameras captured the tragic events that unfolded at this gas station on Rock Chapel Road just moments after Dante Doherty pulled up to pump number 3 with a 7-year-old victim and his 6-year-old brother in tow. Their 42-year-old father now charged with second-degree murder and cruelty to children after the 7-year-old boy was fatally wounded in a shooting at the gas station Monday night.
I'm shocked. What could have led up to that? Horrible.
In surveillance video, you can see Doherty's car pulling up to the pump. The man and 2 boys exit the vehicle before the children get back in the car and Doherty enters the store. A short time later, one of the children bolts out of a passenger side door and runs off. Customers come and go, unaware of what happened. Doherty returns to the vehicle and discovers the 7-year-old fatally wounded and the second child missing. He runs inside the store for help. DeKalb County Police and medics arrive on scene at around 6:30. The young victim didn't make it. Store employees tell Fox 5 Doherty is a regular customer.
He comes all the time. He's a regular customer, and I feel so bad. It's like our family, you know. Yeah. But I feel so sad for them.
According to arrest warrants, Doherty left a loaded gun in the vehicle with the children. Store employees said no one reported hearing gunfire. And they shared the video in hopes of preventing another tragedy.
I cannot change that. Time is gone. The life is gone. But we can prevent that by sharing. I mean, every time I talk, I get a goosebumps.
Now, DeKalb police releasing few details surrounding this deadly shooting, not saying tonight who pulled the trigger. In DeKalb County, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, wow, so heartbreaking, Deidre. Thanks so much.
All right, so now, as you can see here, they make it seems this thing was some kind of, they make it seems like the dad either murdered the kids or he was involved in a shooting and then the kids got murdered, and they don't say an accidental shooting or the child grabbed the gun by accident and shoot him or herself, and they just make it seems like he did this on purpose or he murdered. This is the how is that a murder? This is an accidental killing. That is, I'm very confused on what happened here. Did it actually did this, or he left the gun in there and the kid grabbed the gun and then shot himself, or the other kid shoot this kid and then run? Which one it is? Okay, and this is really bad, and you don't leave your gun in a car with kids. You simply don't do that. Something you may not know, children are way smarter than you thought. They are extremely smart. Okay, you may think like they don't know how to remove the safety lock and then aim it at someone and shoot. You gravely mistaken. All right, they can actually do this. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but great glory to the mighty one. Let's keep on moving.
Happened to their son, who they say died after taking part in the so-called one-chip challenge. 14-year-old Harris Waloba died suddenly a few hours after eating the ultra-spicy chip. The family wants the chips banned, and they want other families to know the danger. WBZ's Christina Hager joins us live, and Christina, understandably, this family is absolutely heartbroken.
So heartbroken, Lisa. They say they just haven't been able to speak publicly on camera about this. Until now, they're sharing this warning.
Oh my God, it's so painful.
It was tough for her to talk about, but the mother of 14-year-old Harris Waloba wanted desperately to get the message out. She picked him up from Doherty High School Friday after a call from the nurse saying he had eaten a spicy tortilla chip and fainted.
When I went there, he was laying down, and I said, what was that? What was the chips he ate? And this is why he showed me.
It was an internet image of the Pocky brand 2023 One Chip Challenge. In this box, a single chip labeled Carolina Reaper and Naga Viper Pepper. Within hours, his mother says he passed out again at home, went to the emergency room, and died.
I hope, I pray to God, I'm no parent will go through what I'm going through. I don't want to see anybody hurting the way I'm hurting. I miss my son so much. I miss him so much.
The family is waiting for a cause of death from the Massachusetts medical examiner's autopsy, but they are convinced it was the chip that made their son sick, a healthy basketball player with no known allergy.
No pre-existing condition, not to my knowledge.
It's the subject of a social media challenge. On the back of the package, a warning label says keep out of reach of children. But we found the chips in a store about 10 minutes from Wallaba's school. The clerk warned us to be careful. According to the National Capital Poison Center, it contains capsaicin, which typically causes mouth and throat pain but can also result in more serious health problems. His parents now begging the chips be taken off store shelves.
We've been having sleepless nights, especially when I look at him. He's not going to come back anymore.
We did reach out to the company, Pocky. We have not heard back at this point. Meantime, this community is really rallying around the family. A local church has planned a basketball fundraiser this weekend to help pay for funeral expenses. Live in Worcester, Christina Hager, WBZ News.
Again, beloved, a lot of people out there, I have no comment on this because the social media challenge and a lot of stupid things going on, ditch and dong challenge, and then people will just knock on your door and curse you out and then run, and then people will chase them out down and kill them. They will have chip challenge, and a lot of skin folk die like this. I believe years ago there was a young lady, a little girl, she was about 9 to 11 years old. She died in the challenge of holding your breath. She hold her breath until she die. And you will have people that look like us, they will get involved with things like that because they see it on TikTok, they see it on Facebook, they see it on social media. It's fun. It's cool to do things like that. Okay, it's fun to do the whole cinnamon challenge. You know, back then we had the cinnamon challenge with Glozell, I believe. Okay, cinnamon challenge, Glozell. Okay, so that was in 2012. That's like 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago. Okay, she literally had, okay, again, it's a bunch of people that look like us, all right, that started those things. Okay, that was the cinnamon challenge has over 59 million views, and Glozell have 4.58 million subscribers, and she
today
right now her videos is getting 11,000. She upload a video once a month. Okay, 11,000 views, and she got married, and well, you know, 2.5 million views, 2.5 thousand views. Okay, 2,000 views. Okay, the whole thing died. You know, it was good 12 years ago. That was Glozell that came in with the whole challenge thing by eating cinnamon. All right.
hello.
So a bunch of people, and this thing took off. Okay. I don't want to play it. So that's the challenge. All right.
So here's the cinnamon. All right. All right. Here you go.
Okay, that was fun. That was funny. I mean, that's what a lot of folks that look like us, they could be our people. They do things like that, and the whole thing blew up, and a bunch of people are doing challenges. And I believe somebody died doing this thing. And we have to tell our children this is stupid. And kids, like, you know, we have to tell them, hey, don't do any stupid things like that. You will end up dying. And if my child dies in something like this, I will disown this child. I will call this child out and let the people know that don't let your kids do stupid things on the internet. I failed as a father. I was supposed to be there to stop my son or my daughter to do anything stupid, but they did. Don't be like me. Stop your kids and teach them how not to do stupid things on the internet. All right? And chips that dangerous, okay, it can actually kill you. Most likely, the brother suffer from some reaction and then he die. And you don't know what they put in those chips too. It could probably be something else. You don't know what they put in those chips, all right? So, yeah, this is a horrible thing that happened here. But then again, like the sister said, you're going to see the Gentiles, they're going to act stupider and stupider and stupider. Okay, there was this rapper, okay, what's his name again? Rapper hospitalized for eating too much hot Cheeto.
According to USA Today, rapper Lil Xan says he needed to go to the hospital Monday after eating too many hot Cheetos. I was in the hospital, not doing any drugs, but I guess I ate, too many hot Cheetos in it.
Lil Xan, he ate so much hot Cheeto. Okay, those are rappers, okay? Those are the rappers nowadays. Lil Xan, he ate so much hot Cheeto, he ended up in the hospital, but he survived. Okay, he survived. So you got a lot of kids that think things like that are cool. You know, remember we didn't used to have face tattoos until Lil Wayne started doing face tattoos, and a lot of black folks now are having face tattoos. They don't know what tattoos mean. They don't know why when someone have a tattoos. Okay, now 90% of black folks you meet out there, they all have tattoos, and you ask them, hey, that's a nice tattoo. What does it mean? It's just cool, man. I just have a cool tattoo on me. They don't know what it means. They don't know why. And we went into the whole tattoo things. So anyway, man, it's crazy, crazy. Let's keep on moving.
On a 5-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's pretty shocking. This is something that happened at a labor.
Tonight, a family wants answers after police used a taser on a 5-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's pretty shocking. This is something that happened at a Labor Day festival in Missouri over the holiday weekend. Part of this incident was caught on camera.
Diamond Palmer reports.
I could hear him screaming in the background, and I didn't really know what happened.
It's a mother's worst nightmare. Bystander video capturing the moments in which Zoe Fortenberry's son, Jackson, was tased. Video shows him on the left side of your screen with his uncle Jeremiah. Fun quickly turned to chaos at an annual Labor Day picnic. According to Deloche police, they deployed a taser at 2 men fighting that ended up bouncing off the ground and hitting 5-year-old Jackson.
So we had just left, and like 5 minutes later, my brother had called me and said that he asked where we was and said that there was an incident and that we needed to come back.
As soon as we opened the door and he seen that was me and his mom, he just grabbed a hold of us and started, crying.
The family says the police never apologized for their actions, and they want to know why a taser was used in such a high traffic area.
I just don't think tasers was necessary, especially in a crowd with a lot of kids and a lot of people.
According to
of course, when the child look like you, amen, this isn't acceptable. But when taser and bullets and gun use on our kids, it's the officers have to do. This child could have a gun in his hand now, and you never know what a kid can do. Especially with his bare hand. We know that kids used to kill people with their bare hands, but whenever it happened to you, I don't know, man.
Department, the first taser strike hit one suspect successfully. When the officer fired a second time, intending to hit the second suspect, that's when it hit Jackson. A day later, Jackson is back on his feet and returning to normal activities. But his family says that doesn't stop the trauma of the situation.
You don't want them to fear officers, so you have to, let them know that they're not the bad guys.
Oh,
but
no,
then again,
yes, they
how do
are.
you explain how he was tased?
As for what's next for the family, they say time will tell as the Deloge Police Department proceeds.
Was everything done that should have been done? Is kind of why we're waiting on the investigation. Was this prevented or could have been prevented is the question.
Yeah, it tased the
Jackson's
kid.
family plan.
Most likely the cop wanted to tase that kid. Most likely, I was aiming for him, but I was aiming for her, but it hit him. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock the kid, but most likely the cop wanted to tase the kid. Probably the kid was on his way, or the kid was being there, just walking on and say, "What's going on here? You cops are doing stuff," and he tased the kid. That's what they do. Man, those officers, those police officers out there, they are doing a fine job.
You at 5 o'clock, it seems to show breaking new updates related to that video getting a lot of attention online right now. We show this to you at 5 o'clock. It seems to show a uniformed Prince George's County police officer embracing and kissing a woman and then getting into the back seat of a department SUV with her. Well, less than 2 hours ago, WUSA 9 learned that officer has been suspended. I'm Leslie Foster.
I'm Lorenzo Hall. This video, of course, is sparking.
Was it suspended with pay? You see how they don't specify. Maybe in the letter, it was suspended with pay is a vacation. We'll give him more time to go do whatever he was doing in the backseat. And I don't see what's wrong with that. You people are always asking those officers are high moral people and stuff. No, they're not. Those guys do. Watch the movie Monster. Okay? Watch the movie Monster. Monster, the movie.
Monster is a 2004 movie directed by Patty Jenkins, starring Charlize Theron, Christina.
Okay, Patty Jenkins, he directed the first Wonder Woman. Watch the movie Monster, and you'll know what those police officers did unto her. A great movie, beautiful movie. And then it happened in Florida, all right? It happened in Florida, okay? So, yeah, the movie Monster, a great movie. Based on the truth and things like that. That's what happened. And there are some very uncomfortable scenes in there, but hey, they had to make it like that. When in fact she's like, it wasn't like that. We were just friends. But anyway, Hollywood, you want to do stuff? Okay, go ahead, do stuff. No. Those so-called police officers, they are not that high moral, okay?
A serious discussion about that officer's conduct. Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz has been closely following this developing story all day today. He joins us live tonight in Oxon Hill with some brand new reporting. And Rafa, what else are you learning about this officer in question here?
Lorenzo, well, in the last 30 minutes, Prince George's County Police confirmed that this is Officer Francesco Marlet's second suspension this year. He was let go of his duties for 30 days sometime between May and June, according to police. Now, the details into that first suspension have yet to be released. We're also learning that the Internal Affairs Unit at
that guy has San Francisco written all over him. But anyway,
Prince George's County Police is leading an investigation into the officer's conduct and what happened behind that police car just yesterday. Now, the person that recorded the video said he shot it, and it all happened here yesterday around 7 in the afternoon at South Lawn Park in Oxon Hill, near Oxon Hill High School. At first, you can see the Prince George's County police officer's arms wrapped around the woman's waist, and it appears that he kisses her on the head. Officer Marlette, who is in uniform, then walks with his arm around her shoulder. She attempts to open the Prince George's County police car door, which is locked. He unlocks it for her. She proceeds to get in the back of the cruiser, and then he follows and closes the door. This is all going on as children are seen.
They are kids. That means this is the first time they go in the back seat. Again, we cannot. I don't know what they were doing in the back seat. Maybe they were looking at some family album photos. They were probably, well, she was probably giving some kind of like recipe to make some good ass cookies. She was probably in the back, and then ask him, well, how was your day? You know, and yeah, it was probably in the back, and don't want to give her money right there in the open and go in the back. This could be a bad neighborhood. You know, he didn't want to hand her the money in the open. You know, that doesn't go in the back seat and get her that money. I don't see the problem here, man. That's what you people do. You know, it's time for your dirt to come out. And people are seeing what you cops are doing, and there are kids running around. That means this isn't the first time you people do things like that.
Running in the park, and according to neighbors, there were several families with kids present when this was all taking place. Now, this viral video has prompted others to share a similar situation at another Prince George's County park. A woman exits a silver car that seems to be a similar vehicle seen in the first video, and she proceeds to get in the back of the Prince George's County Police SUV 6077. Prince George's County Police has yet to confirm whether this is the same officer involved in these two videos. We're expected to get more details tomorrow. So far, they're telling me that tonight they're not releasing any more information regarding this viral video that's still getting a lot of reactions.
Yeah, whatever. So let me tell you something about those cops. I used to be a security officer. I used to have a security school, which still there, but I'm not the chairman and service. I'm not the CEO, if you wish, anymore. I had stepped down like one of those rich guys. I stepped down and I handed the company over to my associate. So I don't do security anymore. The mighty one got me busy doing this and a bunch of other crap that I'm doing. There's a place, it's an apartment. I used to work there, an apartment complex. And used to be four stories apartment. And in that office, there's a sub-office. There's a substation for the police officers. And it's something like when the police officers come and they get coffee, and they just spend a little time, they use the bathroom, and they spend a little time and just get some bread and donuts. And after that, they're on their way. And that's what the substation was for. I mean, that's exactly what it's supposed to be for. But when you look at it, that's not what it was used for. It was intended for these purposes. But let's say some officer came over there and take a huge dump, and then they left. That's why they were using it to take deuces. That's all. They weren't using it because, oh, it's somewhere you can come and relax and things like that. You have no idea what those guys are doing out there. When they arrested the so-called women of the night, the strollers, the sidewalk strollers, and they get the information. The hell you want the guy to do, man? He's a man. He's a police officer. Man, he been fighting with his girlfriend. And then he find cheap stuff, dumpster cookies out there, the cheap things. And hey, I got the money. This thing is cheap. I'm getting some. That's what that is. People always looking at cops as being gods. They can never make any mistake and stuff. You have no idea what those guys been doing, man. Somebody put a comment in one of our videos a few days ago concerning an Asian fellow that was an ex-police officer. And he went undercover into the Asian community in New York. And he was shocked about the quote-unquote the prostitution that was involved over there. The gambling, the crime is so rampant. The disease is so rampant, but you never heard anything about it. A lot of police officers were involved in these things. Do you know most huge crime police officers are involved in it? That's the best crime, the police officers are involved in it. They keep it quiet. They make way more money, and especially in the drugs business, they make way more money than that freaking police officer stuff. What is the, let me see, the police officer job they are having? Let me see this. What's the average salary for a police officer? What is this? Oh boy. There we go. What is the starting salary for a police officer? An entry-level police officer start making $31,900. Let's say $32,000 a month. What the hell are you gonna do with $32,000 a year? Okay, $32,000 divided by 12. 32,000 divided by 12.
The answer is approximately $2,666.67.
Okay, every month you're getting $2,666. Okay, all right, 2666. Let's see, 2666 divided by 4. Every week you get paid $666. Let's say you stay down here in Florida. Your rent is $2,300. Got a 3-bedroom, $2,300. Oh no, I did it wrong. Let's say the 2666. That's like not even after tax. That's like before tax. That's they even takes tax yet. I'm just assuming they took tax out of it. Okay. 2666 minus your rent is $2,300. Okay, you left with $366. Let's say the rent is $1,300. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. 2666. Your rent is $1,300. Okay, and then you got $1,366. Your car payment is $350. You barely drive that car. Oh, not that's divided. Okay, $350 for your car. A phone is probably $60, and insurance, car insurance, $150. I'm assuming you own a car, and food $400 a month. And health insurance, $85. Gas to put in your car. Well, you barely drive because you always drive. You spent like $125 in gas, and $196. What else? You have the cable, internet, $80. What else that you have? I'm not counting student loan or whatever loan that you have out there, credit card bills and stuff. How the hell you want those guys to make it? Now, $32,000 a month. Yes. $32,000 divided. Oh, no, it doesn't divide it. 32,000 times 12.
The answer is $384,000.
Yes, $384,000 a year, making 32,000 moving products. You think a cat going to come clean, making 384,000 by letting certain things pass, by moving products, by pimping? I know a guy, his name was Papa Pimp. He told me about those things. Papa Pimp was really good, man. He's still good. Nice fellow. Very wise guy. Very polite. He make those kinds of money. Pimping. Papa Pimp. Well, not in the pimping only. There are certain other, when you're pimping, there are certain things that come with the pimping, sometimes the customer asks for certain services that you might be able to render that on powder or racks. As a pimp, you are also a chemist. As Papa Pimp, you're also in the pharmaceutical business. Yeah, those guys are very corrupt out there, man. Very cool. Listen, I used to speak with a bunch of ex-cop men, and back then, when we were in high school, and we were going to go to college, and one of my best friend, he wanted to be a cop, and I hated be a cop. Say, man, let's be cop, man. They're making money. And there was an ex-cop. We were asking like, yo, what is, since you're a cop, what is your view on being a cop, man? That guy like, yo, if I were you, that was back in 2007, 2008. Yes, you say, yo, being a cop is the worst thing you could possibly be. It's not that glorified things. You're gonna do much more stuff that are not unethical. And then he explained to us, he literally schooled us, and we didn't want to be cops. You know, I didn't ever want to be a cop because they were paying. That's why my friend wanted to be a cop, because they pay. We thought $30,000 was a lot, but yeah, being a cop, man, it's not all that glorified they make it seems to be. There's a lot of stuff those guys are doing out there. Okay, not all of them, but their specific group, they are making good money out there by letting certain things pass, involving in certain stuff. Okay, there's a documentary about this on YouTube where this black cop, he was working on a special drug enforcement thing, and then they keep arresting black people, and then he said, okay, whoa, what about those rich wise kids over there, white kids? They have drugs, they do drugs. And the captain said, oh yes, they do. And said, well, then why don't you go ahead and arrest them? He said, oh no, you don't want to do that. Once you do this, your paycheck going to slash. Because the rich folks, they do the most drugs, the hardest drugs, and they pay the police not to patrol the hood, or if they get the kids, to bring them home. And he said, nah, man, once you start doing this, they'll cut off your paycheck. So if you receive $2666 a month from your police job, from the rich guys that you're protecting, you receive 5 G's. Okay, 5 G's a month, doing well. And I don't blame any men that are co-opted out there in this Babylonian system, because this system was built for corruption. So yeah, I don't know why people are so, he was a cop, he was a pastor, he was a teacher. You people act like you're all sent, but you're not. That's what that is. Let's keep on moving. All right, so let's go ahead over there and then see what this police officer is going to do. This is when they encounter real work. This is when they get involved with real job, like they have to do their job. This is what happened.
Emotions ran high when a deputy in Washington state drove through a forest fire.
137
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says this was like driving through hell on earth. Deputies responded to what's being called the Oregon Road Fire, which started burning in North Spokane County on August 18th. The fast-moving flames made speedy evacuations imperative. This man refused to leave the horses on his property.
Do you have a ride at least? That black car? All right.
As the deputy drove through the flames, he gave himself a pep talk. The sheriff's department says he did not realize his camera was still on as he talked himself through this extremely terrifying moment.
You're not getting me today.
After he emerges from the burning forest, the deputy sees a welcome sight. The man who at first refused to leave drove out of the fire-ravaged area.
Thank you, bro. I was so worried about you. Are you okay? I know you're probably sad for your horses right now, bro. I'm glad you're alive.
Officials estimate the Oregon Road Fire burned about 10,817 acres of land, destroyed around 120 homes, and took one life. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm TC Newman.
You see how shaking those guys were? How they were talking like babies, they were talking to themselves? That's when real work started. That's when they don't have to chase us down. That's when they don't have to hurt us. When they face real danger, they quickly cowed away. They quickly like, yo, I gotta get you ain't gonna get me today. Hey, man, you ain't gonna get me today. Bandele, here by UP. You ain't getting me today. Holy car, faithful car, don't fail me now. And they get out of there. All right? And people think like this thing is a joke. It's not a joke, son. This thing is real, man. The fire is real out there, son. This thing can kill you. Most people die in their car because the car overheated because of the heat that are in the fire. The car overheated and then it stopped and then they suffocated. The moment they open the door, no more air. and they suffocate it, then they die. Crazy.
This afternoon, the suspect in a double homicide in Delaware is expected to be in court. 25-year-old Mohammed Konde was taken into custody yesterday. Investigators say the two victims are the suspect's parents. Delaware police say around 3 Sunday afternoon, officers were doing a wellness check after two people failed to meet a family member. When officers arrived at the home on Bristol Drive, they found two victims dead inside the home from apparent gunshot wounds. Neighbors say the couple lived in that house for more than 20 years.
We just saw this couple. I just saw this couple, working in their garage that they do every single day, every weekend, just hours before this essentially happened. So, it was tough to go to sleep. It was, to be honest, it was tough to settle down,
Great interview.
Police have not indicated what exactly led up to the shooting.
The couple will get out and work every single day and every weekend, and it was tough to go to sleep. What the hell was that? Yeah, whatever, man. So anyway, that's the kind of interview those people get. That's the kind of interview that they give. But anyway, let's keep on moving. There's so much thing. They're still after that dude.
He's charged with brutally murdering his own child. And
Okay, listen to the guy.
Turn when he faced a judge this afternoon. 37-year-old Stephen Rhoda is accused of using a power saw to kill his 16-year-old son. And as Fox 13's Evan Axelbank shows us, Rhoda made some outlandish statements in court.
This is the most serious kind of charge one can face, a charge of capital murder. But the suspect made little sense when he spoke to the judge. Stephen Lee Rada's first courtroom impression didn't earn him any leeway from the judge.
I have a pardon from Montana, and my name is Michael Only.
All right, I'll appoint the...
Okay, this dude name is Michael Omen or Omnet. He got a pardon from Montana, I believe.
Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir.
All right, I own the NFL as well, so...
Okay, so he on the NFL as well. All right, so yeah.
Oh.
I reviewed the probable cause.
Look at the cop in the back. Look at the cop in the back, man. The moment the dude say he on the NFL, look at the cop in the back.
All right, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir.
All right, I own the NFL as well, so...
I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there is probable
You got
cause
to be fucking kidding me. This dude on the NFL. But anyway.
this charge.
As well, so...
All right, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir.
All right, I own the NFL as well, so...
I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there is probable cause to hold you on this charge. In being a capital felony, you'll be held no bond. Sheriff Grady Judd reacted to Rada's behavior in much more colorful fashion.
We know that he's an evil, evil person.
Polk deputies say Rada used a power saw to slash his own son to death at their home on Old Bartow Road.
Okay, so he cut the kids in pieces, man, with the power saw. Wow.
His son had the same name, Stephen, but was by all accounts an upstanding, caring teen who had aspirations of becoming an electrician.
It breaks my heart. There aren't adequate words to explain how horrific this event is.
Rada's initial nonsensical appearance may foreshadow his legal strategy. Legal analyst Anthony Rickman expects lawyers will argue he is mentally ill to the point he can't determine right from wrong.
And then he's going to get away with
it. Is at stake.
The state will have experts evaluating him. He'll have his own experts evaluating him. And these experts are trained and skilled to determining whether or not a person is faking insanity.
But Rickman expects that the state will point out that he was captured by deputies a mile away after fleeing the scene, and that deputies wrote in their report about what he said to his father and the victim's grandfather. The suspect then said to not go inside the residence and that he just killed somebody. The suspect then told Thomas Rada he should probably call the police.
They're going to say this person knew that he did something wrong. He walked out, said, call 911.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office says it is still investigating this case, but that it had no new information to release about it today.
Wow.
Polk County, Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
Well, there's no information. We know now he on the NFL. You know, I won't discredit this dude until you guys can prove he doesn't own the NFL. Yeah. Let's keep on moving.
Kylie Jones is live. First to 10, there are more questions tonight than answers after 3 people were found dead inside of a home in Pinellas Park. It happened on 60th Lane North, not far from US 19 and Brian Deary Road. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is live outside the Pinellas Park Police Department tonight with what we do know at this hour. Kylie?
Well, Allie, what we can tell you is that police say these 3 deaths are suspicious, but now who these people are and what led up to their deaths, well, that is all still unclear right now. Here is a look at that scene that had a portion of this Pinellas Park neighborhood taped off for hours this afternoon. The point of focus, this home on the 11,400th block of 60th Lane North in Pinellas Park. This is where police say those 3 adults were found dead. You could see the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office also on scene helping with the investigation this afternoon. The medical examiner got on scene late this afternoon, but a cause of death has not been released yet. Neighbors we talked to this afternoon were surprised by this scene in what they call a very quiet neighborhood.
I've only seen him out, him and his son. I've seen them out working in the yard on their fence. Never really got to know them very well. I wouldn't say that they're a couple years. So, yeah, it's a tragedy. It really is.
And again, while police say these 3 deaths are suspicious, they also say there is no danger that appears to be to the public right now. Police tell us they do hope to have an update and more information on this investigation come tomorrow. We'll be sure to keep you updated on this developing story. Live tonight in Pinellas Park, Kylie Jones, Fox 13 News.
All right. No ish though. So let's see if they got, well, it happened 14 hours ago. Let's see if they have any update. Nope, they don't have any update yet. Nope, happened 19 hours ago. Uncle of Tampa teen hit by car at Super Bowl party stand trial. A lot of stuff happening. Suspect shot after pointing gun at battled police officers. Boy. Suspect accused of killing family members in Northport. There's so much going on out there, man. This is Florida anyway, so like, what the hell you were expecting, you know? This is the state of insanity. If you want to be crazy, come to Florida. Son will cook your brain.
A family is mourning the loss of children and a wife killed in a car accident in Idaho.
News specialist Shelby Lofton sat down with a father who lost half his family overnight. She tells us how the community will remember these 4 lives taken too soon.
Yeah, Mike and Deanie, we spoke to Nate Blaine, the father of the Blaine family, and they raised their kids and lived in Manaway. But the loss of half of their family members is being felt all the way out here just outside of Far West, where we're seeing a tribute to the Blaine family just over I-15. It reads, "We love the Blaines."
I had no idea the gravity of it, what had happened.
A family backpacking trip in the Tetons tragically cut short overnight.
Nobody could be prepared for something like that.
Nate Blaine called his wife Jennifer as she and her car full of kids and a dog made their way up to meet him at the trailhead.
I knew she gets tired, when it gets late, and I told her, say, hey, you want to get a hotel because it's getting late.
He said when they hadn't arrived Saturday, he knew something was wrong. A call from law enforcement confirmed his worst fear.
I immediately fell to the ground and just was sobbing.
Nate's wife, Jennifer, daughters Denali and Emily, son-in-law Zach Levitt, and dog were killed when their car hit another vehicle head-on.
Most people don't like to see their loved ones like that, but for me, I had to see him.
Nate came back home to Manaway. Nearly every fence line, mailbox, and post there decorated for its missing members. It's where 11-year-old Denali Blaine grew up.
I won't ever get to tuck her in bed at night anymore. I won't get to see her at night. I do that every night.
Yeah, so that's so what's going on, man. Hit somebody head on. You know, somebody was driving the wrong direction. I don't know what happened. All of them died. Now, you are seeing now, Bridget. Well, not now. We've been seeing this for a while now. A lot of people they just die horribly in car accident. Whole family all gone, and things like that. You used to see this like very rarely in the 60s, 70s, not at all, 80s, not at all, 90s and 2000. But right after 2019, boom. You know, your husband, your father of four, your wife, and you know, and your children's, they're gone, man. Like in one night, and then all of them now they got the gut feeling they know something was wrong. They know, like, I knew something was wrong. You know,
Her whole life since she was a little baby.
Her father will remember her cuddling their dog Peaches up until their last moments.
The loss hurts, but I know.
And even
her
the
work is
dog
done
died, man.
Here.
The school where Jennifer worked, now filled with students and staff missing their beloved director.
She knew every child in that school that she worked at. She knew him by name. She knew every parent's name.
At the Blaine family home, signs offer the most bittersweet of homecomings for two missionaries who never got to say goodbye to their siblings and mother.
They missed the mom hug.
Included in the family picture wall is Zach Levitt, the Blaine son-in-law.
From the day we met the Blaines, there was something special.
Emily and Zach had only been married 1 year.
Every adventure he could dream up, she was game for.
Their family says they have peace knowing they passed together.
That ceiling wasn't between Zach and Emily, it was between all of us. So our eternal family extends here in Manaway.
And the family for these car crash victims is set for September 16th at the Brigham City Stake Center. There's also been a GoFundMe set up for the remaining members of the Blaine family. If you'd like to help support them, we'll put that information in this web story on our website, ksltv.com.
Yeah, so now as you can see, entire family just no more, and crashes. We've been warning and tell those people those crashes are not natural, and they never seems to explain exactly what happened. Well, there's intoxication, she was too tired, and things and stuff. But all four of them, they are no more. How fast she was going. Even the dog did not survive. Hey, man, great glory, man. This thing, it's all over.
So you've seen the plastic ones before, but no. We've got a rare sight. The real ones, the pink flamingos that are spotted on our beaches. They're native to Florida, but they're usually just seen in the Miami area and the Everglades. Very rarely, if ever, seen around here.
But we've been seeing them. Fox 13's Ariel Placencia has more from Pinellas County on how they might have gotten here.
Who would have ever imagined flamingos on our beaches? Experts believe that maybe these birds got swept up in those strong hurricane winds, blown off their path, and then landed right here in Pinellas County on our beaches, all the way from the Caribbean.
I document a lot of things just being a boat tour captain.
Vinny Fugit has seen his fair share of cool wildlife. It comes with the territory of running Captain Vinny's boat tours. But what he saw Thursday on Treasure Island,
seeing if there's anything washed up on shore, checking out the erosion from the storm,
left him speechless.
Got a little bit closer and then I realized that's a flamingo.
And not just one, 17 of them.
Enjoying themselves in the Gulf, just like I guess a tourist just kind of hanging out in the waves there.
Amazed at what he saw, Vinny snapped pictures for 30 minutes.
After living here my entire life, I've never seen flamingos walking on Treasure Island like that.
And he's not the only one hoping to catch a glimpse.
I went looking for them last night.
And this is a terrible sign. You know, people think this is good because the hurricane brought them there. Those are horrible signs. At least 12 of them. Yeah, 17 or 12. I don't know. But anyway, terrible.
Experts at Sunken Gardens in St. Pete say these are likely Caribbean flamingos.
See them in the Bahamas, so South America, Central America, more tropical areas. So we think they came up after the hurricane.
Emily Massarutis is one of their animal care professionals.
When they're flying, they get blown around in the hurricanes and they can get blown off their path.
She cares for the 21 Chilean flamingos at Sunken Gardens.
This guy right here is Belushi.
They are different than the ones on the beach.
He has the most personality.
But she says the Caribbean flamingos so many people took pictures of were probably looking for food, just like these guys.
As you can see, all these guys, they're skimming the water. They're probably doing the same.
And if you're still hoping to catch a glimpse of these pink beauties, hard to say exactly where they're going to be.
You know, her name is Ariel. You know, of course, you know, the most... If you even go ahead and then type over there, Ariel.
According to Artsy, Ariel's story really begins in ancient Greece.
No, it's not. It was an old German. It was an old German stories, and the story was black when we were used to rule Germany, and you know those Ariel like things. They actually those Undine are actually there, just like the Naidas. Oh. The Naids. Nayad? Okay, well, yeah. Okay, those are the women that live in the waters, and then they sing beautifully. We studied them, and you know, in the movie, there's a nice representation of them. King Arthur, the movie. Merlin, King Arthur, the movie. Yeah, King Arthur, the movie. King Arthur, the movie, Mermaid. Yeah, this is the representation of the Naid. This thing was freaking creepy. Okay, this is a beautiful representation of those women. This thing was creepy. The mother and the two daughters. And then the guy make the deal with them. They give him power. That was like the most pinpoint accuracy of the Naid or the Naiad, because there are many. There are the Undine, the Naiad, and stuff. That was the mother, and with the name Ariel, Flamingo Water, and yeah, this scene was crazy. I think it's if I play it, YouTube going to come after us, but yeah, this thing was like, yo, that's like 100% a depiction of what that is. She has 3 daughters though, I believe. That's one of them right there, and they, except for the mother that looked like the octopus, but they look like regular women, you know. Oh well, she was an octopus too. And the way this thing, it was like, that thing was like, oh crap, they nailed it. This movie is more spiritual than anything else. The nymph, I think they had, or the wooden nymph. Yes, this is pinpoint accuracy in the movie. This scene was pinpoint accuracy. I'm like, damn, they really nailed it. Yeah, they nailed it, because that's how it is. Once you start seeing in the spiritual realm, those trees, the beautiful women, they will look at you and say, please don't cut me down. And then they will speak to you like, well, I'm hallucinating. They say, no, you're not. Your name is this, is that, and this. I watch over you and all that. I know where you go to school and all these things. I mean, they really nailed the movie, King Arthur. In the movie, they really have the spiritual realm and stuff like that. It was really well made. But anyway, so this is a terrible sign for you folks over there and Florida. All right, let's keep on moving. Uh-oh. All right.
After 1st to 10, there are more questions tonight.
Oh, okay.
After 3 people were found.
Okay, those are the 3 people that found dead. There are still no updates, which we're probably never going to see. Let's keep on moving.
In the morning, when a city council meeting goes until 3 in the morning, you know it's going to be heated.
Oh yeah, that is exactly what happened this morning in Huntington Beach. One of the big debates, a ban on all future mask and vaccine mandates. KCOW News reporter Tina Patel is live in Huntington Beach with the controversy and the outcome that took a very long time to get to, Tina.
Yeah, there is not a consensus on this issue. The city council did pass a resolution saying that there would be no future mask or vaccine mandates in the city, but the vote was close, 4-3. Take a look at that vote coming after hours of public debate. A lot of people had opinions about the policies that were passed locally and regionally during the pandemic. Some say masks and vaccines helped. Others say the restrictions had negative effects on the economy and people's psychology. Now, according to the Orange County Healthcare Agency, the number of COVID cases is starting to rise again, and the mayor pro tem was worried there might be talk of reimposing health restrictions. That's why she introduced this resolution banning any future mandates.
I think it's important for our city to make a statement that said what happened in the past is not going to happen in the future. We're going to fight hard to make sure the individual freedoms are respected.
Right now, you absolutely have the freedom not to get a vaccine or not to wear a mask. So, waste of time. Massive waste of time. Sorry, folks.
Well, whether it was a waste of time is up for debate, but this debate did take a lot of time. The city council meeting actually started last night at 6 p.m., but as we said, it didn't wrap up until nearly 3 a.m. We'll send it back to you.
Wow.
No,
Okay,
Hish.
Tina, thank you.
No, Hish, I have no comment on that. Let's keep on moving. Now, you people have real work to do until 3 a.m. Like Hish. All right, man, whatever, dog.
People in Clovis are going to have to make a drive to Portales if they want to hit the nearest Walmart. Officials are still investigating what caused a massive fire to break out inside that Clovis Walmart yesterday. Shoppers weren't inside the building and there's no reported injuries. But Alika Medina has why it's not just shoppers hurting during this closure.
One of my friends called at like 4 o'clock, a little after.
Wow, her name is Heather Mahan. You can't make this stuff, man. You can't make this up. Heather Mahan burning with the fire symbol. It looked like a woman here. It looked like a woman with one hand on the right hand on the head, the left hand she's wearing a nice dress, she's dancing, giving the mighty one glory. You know, fire, Heather Mahan. You know, what's the name Heather means? Heather. Oops. Okay, that's Microsoft. I gotta change this thing. I keep saying I'm gonna change it, but I never did. What does the name Heather means? No.
According to Collins Dictionary, word forms, headers plural, countable noun.
Header.
A header is text such as a name or a page number.
Is that what that is? Evergreen flowing plant. Heather is a feminine name of breeches meaning evergreen flowing plant. Of course, you know the word evergreen is another word for the evergreen tree. Evergreen tree. Okay, which they use as the Christmas tree.
Here's a summary from Arbor Day blog.
Is, the representation of the Most High God Almighty, and which is the origin. That's what the original tree was, until they perverted into the whole Christmas thing. But anyway, which was our thing. Anyway, the evergreen boat ship. All right, that got stuck and all that. Okay, the Most High is burning. This literally say the Holy One is burning the priesthood of Mahan. Crazy, the 4 quarters of the earth.
And was like, hey, it's on fire. And I was like big fire or little fire? And they're like, no, it's a big one.
Sunday morning, people in Clovis woke up to this massive fire coming from inside of Walmart. Clovis police say fire crews from outside of the state came to help put out the fire. If people want to go to Walmart, they'll be in for a drive.
I know Portales is only, 25 miles away, but, for somebody who doesn't have a vehicle, that's a long ways.
Heather Mayhan works as a delivery driver for Walmart and says this fire is going to affect many people.
And we have a lot of community members that are elderly or have a reason that they're homebound, and they relied on us delivering their groceries to them.
Mayhan says she was shocked when she drove to the supercenter and saw it in flames.
The whole thought of just, what am I going to do? This is my livelihood. And so it was scary. That was scary.
As of right now, there has not been any update from officials on how the fire started. Walmart released a statement on the situation saying, "We're grateful to local emergency crews for their quick response to our store. There were no injuries to associates or customers, and we're currently assessing building damage. We'll continue working with local authorities and focusing on the well-being of our associates. There is still no telling how long the Walmart will be closed, as it's still under investigation." Alika Medina, KOB4.
You can hear that dude. That dude at the end, you can hear it.
KOB4.
You can hear the dude, all right?
KOB4.
Nice journalism. Anybody hear that? Oh, I don't think anybody hear what this dude said. But anyway, Walmart burned down and then crazy things. How long we're into these things, man? Okay, 59. All right. I got a class at 8:30 to start. So let's just go. We got probably 3 more videos. Let's just go and then finish them. Yeah.
The events. China faces an unprecedented challenge with 3 powerful typhoons threatening its coastal regions. As Typhoon Azariah made a double landfall in Guangdong on September 2nd, narrowly avoiding Taiwan, the nation remains on edge as Typhoon 11 Haikuri and Typhoon 12 Hongyan follows close behind. Typhoon Azariah struck the southern coast of Zhuhai, Guangdong, around 3:30 a.m. on September 2nd. It packed winds of up to 14 levels on the Beaufort scale.
Okay, again, I don't like to do China, but the reason why I bought this because people keep saying, well, the Chinese are controlling the weather. They are destroying the U.S. and themselves.
Marking it as the strongest typhoon to hit Guangdong this year. Subsequently, it weakened from super typhoon strength to a typhoon. Videos circulating on social media depict the ferocity of the storm.
All right, look at
in
this.
Shenzhen, powerful gusts accompanied torrential rain, uprooting numerous street-side trees.
Look at this. Let's enlarge that. Let the nation see the glory of the Holy One. You think the Chinese government are doing this? You think they have this weapon that they are testing on themselves, and then after that they're gonna kill, I don't know, the African over there in Africa, you know? Okay, those water, this thing has strength in it, man. All right, this thing has strength in it. The water, the wind, the damages. Okay, China just can't catch any break, man. Things to keep going in China and coming in China. Look at this. You know that dude. Look at this. Look at that, man. Look at this. And people are like, okay, well, China is doing this because they are controlling the weather, or the more absurd one, or the Manasseh is controlling the weather through them. He had them invented something, and then he controlling the weather through them. What a blasphemy, man. Like we always said here, the Manasseh doesn't need another man to plead his wife for him. He doesn't need any other man to please his wife. The weather is the Manasseh's wife, and what you're seeing here, this is what he's doing. All right, look at those people, man. All right, look at those water. The water was powerful. You think those people are doing this themselves? Okay. You think they would love doing something like that? It would just like have these things as an inconvenience so they can enjoy the blessing in our land over there in China? You think they love that? Nah, man. This is the power of the Holy One. The blessing is done, and you people are being swept off the land. Well, you're being swept off the earth. You know, you guys will never release the true numbers, though. You'll say, well, this thing happened, nobody dies. There are no damage, 0, mind your own business. Cardi B just released something, Nicki Minaj in there, and you know, go talk to them, you know. Yeah, so, hey, crazy, dog, crazy. Let's keep on moving. Great glory. Great glory.
Actor Gary, tonight at 8 o'clock, Hollywood actor Gary Busey is the center of a legal investigation after a woman claims that he was involved in a Malibu hit and run. Welcome back to KCAL News 8 o'clock, streaming live on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Jeff Vaughn.
Hi, everyone. I'm Susie Sa. KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. Mike, Busey was actually seen on camera leaving the scene. What are deputies saying about this?
Yeah, the deputies are telling me that he is now at the center of a hit-and-run investigation. This happened in Malibu, and yeah, that woman took video of the whole thing. Take a look.
You hit my car! Sir! You don't get to just leave hitting someone.
Yeah,
Gary Busey driving a Volvo hit that. Gary Busey just chill, riding a Volvo, hitting someone, and they didn't even know it was Gary Busey, man. You know, if it wasn't the video, they wouldn't know who that was, you know. Gary Busey keep it low profile, man. Driving a Volvo like a regular dude. He hit someone and then he try to get away with it. Man.
This woman says that Busey rear-ended her, and there are scrapes and damage to the back of her car. You also saw some damage to the front of his car. Well, this woman says Busey just left. That's the same thing she told the sheriff's department. She obviously followed him down here. They came to this parking lot and have an exchange of words where she repeatedly tells him, you can't just leave. You have to provide me your information, in which he just starts yelling, progressive, progressive, which assumably is his insurance company. She says, it doesn't work that way. You need to give me your policy number and your ID so that I can file a report with my insurance. He refuses and says, I'm a private person. I don't have to do that. And according to this video, just then kind of takes off. He pulls out there and eventually reverses. Now, so we come back out here to the desk. The sheriff's department says they did take a report from that woman, and they are investigating this as a hit and run. And Busey now the suspect in this. So far, no charges or anything like that. Just
of course
yet.
not.
The sheriff's department now aware and looking into it, guys.
Of course not. Gary Busey don't play that, man. Oh, man. Yeah, Busey, Gary Busey. Crazy.
Continue to follow breaking news out of Clovis this morning. A car right now is inside a home, not in the garage,
But
inside a home at Teague and Peach Avenues. And that's where we find Alexis Gouveia giving us an update. Alexis?
What the hell is going on over there in California? Malibu. Oh, her name is Alexis.
Again, we are in Clovis at Peach and Teague Avenues in a gated community. So Clovis Fire just told me a few minutes ago that a woman was backing out of her driveway for unknown reasons. Her Porsche malfunctioned and her car ended up at the house across the street into the neighbor's bedroom. Thankfully, no one was injured or transported to the hospital. And there's police presence here. The tow truck is here. As you can see right now, you're getting live footage. Clovis fire crews are also checking on the house just to make sure that it is safe. As I mentioned earlier, this is a gated community, so no traffic is being impacted at this time. Reporting live here this morning.
All right, then. There you go, beloved. There you go. We give the Holy One great praise, great glory, and you see it for yourself, the demise, the Holy One giving the Gentiles into great shame and great reproach. A lot of the stuff that they used to enjoy, they are unable to do that because it's just too much going on. So anyway, we will leave you with peace. We'll leave you, there'll be no Jacob's trouble. We say pray and meditate. Shalom.